it's fun to be able to follow a story. And when I look at their story, I think like, man, imagine if the Hart Foundation could have told that story back when there was Brian Pillman, or remember when it was Brian Pillman, my dad, Davey, Owen, Brett.
I was there.
That exactly, that had Bloodline vibes to it.
WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle the other day tweeted something that he said that Charlotte Flair, in essence, is a consummate wrestler and the best wrestler in the world today. What's your take on that?
Oh, well, first of all, I love Kurt Angle. I have so much respect for him, especially after watching his biography on A&E. I had never known a lot of the stuff that I thought I knew a lot about Kurt Angle, and I learned a lot about him from that biography, and I thought it was amazing. I have so much respect for Charlotte Flair as far as like even just the work that we've done together. I think I've competed against her maybe more than I've competed against anyone else. And it's funny because I haven't competed against her in about 5 years. It's been a minute since I think the last match I had against Charlotte was in Hartford, Connecticut. About 5 years ago. So it's been a minute since I've competed against her, but that is the great thing about this day and age, especially on social media, where you don't always need a press conference to say what your feelings are. You don't always need an interview. You can just tweet out what you're feeling. And I think when Kurt Angle said, hey, this is who I think is the best, the whole industry is based on opinion. It's based off of subject, like the industry is based off of what is your opinion? And every single person has a different opinion of who they think is the very, very best. Some people think it's Roman Reigns. Some people think it's Seth Rollins. Some people think it's Jey Uso.
Do you acknowledge Roman Reigns?
I always acknowledge Roman Reigns. You know, it's funny. Roman is actually, he's I know he plays the role of a mean guy, bad guy on TV, but Roman is he's always been so respectful and so nice to me. And he told me once that we were talking about Bret, and he said that Bret is the reason why he wanted to do this. And he said that because Roman and I both grew up in big wrestling families. And he said to me, he's like, I was always surrounded by wrestling. He's like, but your uncle was why I wanted to do this. So I definitely acknowledge Roman. I think that he is doing huge numbers for the company. And as far as the Bloodline storyline, to me, it's fun to be able to follow a story. And when I look at their story, I think man, imagine if the Hart Foundation could have told that story back when there was Brian Pillman, or remember when it was Brian Pillman, my dad, Davey, Owen, Brett.
I was there.
Exactly. That had Bloodline vibes to it. And I thought, man, if the Hart Foundation could have only done something like the Bloodline, but the Bloodline storyline is so amazing because the audience really doesn't want to see it end. I think a lot of people thought, after WrestleMania, when the Usos lost the tag titles, that, and there was this match with Roman and Cody, it would kind of be like the end of the Bloodline, or nobody wanted to see it end. It really has been something that we just want to keep. We want to see where it's going to go. And to me, it's just compelling television, and it's exciting to watch it unfold, even as I'm a part of the company. I love watching it unfold. And I think every single person that's been aligned with the Bloodline, whether they're feuding against the Bloodline or they're in the Bloodline, it's elevated everyone. Everybody's stock has gone through the roof, from Sami Zayn to Kevin Owens to Jimmy and Jay to Roman to Solo to Paul. And just everybody that they work with has been elevated. So it's cool because it's not just Roman that's being elevated. It's an entire group of people, and people want to tune in. There was, WWE posted something saying that this one thing that happened with the Bloodline got 40 million views.
Yes.
On social. And now it's probably at 80 million, but people just, it's dramatic television.
Right.
And that's what we do.
It's very compelling TV.